it'll be interesting to see what the Knicks do. But the Knicks are at a point now where they don't have to blow it up. They may still do so, and they have a right to do so, but with trading the 4 first-round picks and the pick swap for Mikal Bridges, the Knicks don't have a lot of room in regards to actual picks to throw at people.
Betting above the rim, only on SportsGrid.
Plenty of takeaways from Yankees-Dodgers where LA sent the message on Saturday, and the only way the Yankees could salvage it was somehow beating Yamamoto, and they did.
You're staring a sweep in the face. And after losing the World Series, knowing what the opponent is, you know what the narrative would have been on Sunday Night Monday. Oh, Yankees get swept by the Dodgers.
Game time decisions, only on SportsGrid.
The two guys that can do it all.
Too much electricity this morning.
This is a good time. We're having a lot of fun.
I had to do a triple take.
Ka-ching!
Why? Because of parity.
I didn't mean to offend.
Yeah, it's not going to happen.
Load management is a dirty word.
Let him rip.
You know what? Circumstances provide the results. What? How do you do this once? Oh, Donnie, you got such a good show there.
A network that is booming.
The early line, only on SportsGrid. The game is on. The stakes are high. But the action isn't just on the field.
He's rearranging that rim. Get it inside!
SportsGrid's in-game live. Your ultimate second screen experience.
A little flyer, couple of
18.5 point live line.
Every prop, every play, every day.
Anything can happen. It's complete chaos.
It's smarter to be on SportsGrid.
Let's roll. This is SportsRage. I am Gabriel Morency. The pitch, the players, the hustlers, the people to bust them, and everybody else in between. The Monday Night Meltdown has begun. The second half of the NBA Finals has just begun, literally and figuratively, as well as the timing is perfect. We're kicking it. SportsGrid Radio and Television Network, Sirius XM Channel 159. We got a full house on the program tonight. The Rage Reddit, Cam Stewart, Joe Madden, George Kurtz, and Mo Khan. We run the gauntlet. A lot of stuff to break down in the so-called precursor to the dog days of summer, but the only dogs out there are the underdogs, as there's action all day and all night long. Fortunately, soccer is there for us. The FIFA Club World Cup continues with afternoon games, with evening games, with night games. Nothing wrong with that. And we got a Gold Cup game getting ready to kick off in a couple of minutes here. And in fact, we'll just throw it out there. I like Jamaica in this game against Guatemala. It's Jamaica-Guatemala, but it's been steam, man. Jamaica was like minus 112 earlier in the day. They're minus 188 right now. But we did play the Jamaicans. We've got them parlayed, actually, with Oklahoma City. I figured, you know what, I'm going to take Oklahoma City. I think Oklahoma City is going to win a basketball game, and I'm going to take Jamaica, so I might as well just parlay them together. We don't normally play as many parlays as we have today, but we've been throwing everything together. And speaking of which, we're riding a parlay. I know a lot of you have tailed our soccer picks over the last 24, 48 hours. We smoked it last night. Didn't quite get there earlier in the day today with Chelsea and LAFC, although an entertaining match nevertheless. And we'll get you caught up to date with what happened in the soccer world. But we can tell you that Flamengo from the Brazilian league right now, they're actually leading. They're at the half right now. We're on them. We have them parlayed with Panama. Panama already won 5-2 in a Gold Cup. This is the FIFA Club World Cup. And Flamengo are up 1-0 right now against Esperance de Tunis from Turkey. They're minus 1,600 in-game, which is pretty crazy. But I'm hoping that Flamengo is able to hang on. For the record, I don't think there'll be a ton of goals in Jamaica and Guatemala, but you know, I don't know. Like, is it a stone cold lock that there's not going to be a ton of goals? So I didn't pull the trigger on the under, but my gut, I sort of feel like it's like a 2-0. Jamaica don't score a ton of goals. The odds makers don't really know either. Over is minus 118, under is minus 106. like I said, my gut sort of feels like it's like a 1 or 2-0 Jamaica win. Like Jamaica are not an explosive team, and they're pretty good defensively normally. But is it a lock? No, but I'm just throwing it out there. We're already on Jamaica. My gut feel says under. All right, Major League Baseball. A lot of stuff to break down. George Kurtz will join us later. Of course, Devers got traded to the San Francisco Giants. Boston Red Sox in action right now, coming off the sweep against the Yankees. They're up 1-0 against the Mariners, but Ohtani is back on the hill. Ohtani's pitching tonight for the first time in a long time. So Ohtani pitches for the Dodgers this evening. His strikeout prop is 1.5. Right now, the Dodgers are minus 180. The number has gone up in this baseball game, but you're not betting on Ohtani. His strikeout prop is 1.5 for a reason, because he's not expected to pitch very much. The Dodgers didn't set it in stone publicly. You know they have a private plan for this, but it's kind of known it's 1 or 2 innings. Like, if he gets through the first inning quickly, he'll pitch the second inning. If he pitches a ton of pitches in the first, they're going to take him out. They'll take him out. And he is DHing as well. And he's batting leadoff. And in fact, it's interesting. Dave Roberts told him, listen, you shouldn't bat leadoff if you're pitching, only because of the timing of it, guys. Right? You leave the hill. You got to go into the dugout. You're the first one up. It doesn't give you a lot of time at all. Right? You got to switch priorities mentally. You got to get the gloves on. You know what I mean? You got to get up to the plate in the on-deck circle. So it happens fast, but Ohtani said he's more comfortable batting leadoff. He doesn't want to change anything. So listen, we did play over 1.5 strikeouts tonight. He pitched 44 pitches in his final sort of warm-up for this. I don't know what that, does it mean that he'll go 44 here? Not necessarily, right? It depends on the flow of this thing. Like I said, if he gets through the first inning on 9 pitches or something, he'll pitch in the second. If it takes him 37 pitches in the first, he probably won't pitch in the second, right? So I sort of get the feeling it's, 35, 45 pitches, which, and you got to believe San Diego are going to probably try to, run the count up to make him work for it, but he's good to go. I mean, hell, at the World Series last year, guys, he was working out in the bullpen, throwing at 98 miles an hour. So, they've been very patient, and understandably so. You got to be cautious with this, but Ohtani is back tonight. So basically, it's a Dodger bullpen game. It is, and you're laying a big number against Dylan Cease here. The Dodgers don't really hit Cease, but some of them have a little bit, but not overwhelming. But we did play our player props anyways. So we played Mookie Betts over 1.5 total bases plus 135. Freddie Freeman over 1.5 total bases, plus 115. I think it is off the top of my head right now. Teoscar Hernandez's total base is only 0.5. I always like that when you only have to get one hit. And we played Ohtani over 1.5 total bases. Mookie Betts is only hitting .231 in his career against Dylan Cease. He's only seen him 13 times, only 13 at-bats, 3 hits, not a massive sample size. The Dodgers really haven't seen him that much. Shohei Ohtani's seen him the most, 22 career at-bats, 7 hits, hitting .318. Ohtani actually has 3 home runs against Dylan Cease in his 22 at-bats, which is a pretty big percentage. Is Ohtani really going to go yard tonight? He's going to start the game. He's going to hit a home run. You imagine that? He hits a home run to start off the game after he starts the first inning. So we played Ohtani over 1.5 total bases. Freeman over 1.5 total bases. Teoscar Hernandez over 1.5 total bases. And Mookie Betts over 1.5 total bases. And we played Shohei Ohtani over 1.5 strikeouts. I'm hoping that he can go 2, but I think he can. I think he can get us there. I think he can strike out 2 dudes in the first inning. He's going to be all fired up. NBA basketball. Speaking of fired up, they're fired up right now at Oklahoma City. The Thunder have been up all game, but they've been on the border of the borderline of pulling away in this game. And it almost feels inevitable that they're going to. They're up by 12 right now, 67-55. We've got a little over 8 minutes remaining in the third quarter of play. The total is 220.5 right now. We're on the over to 223 and a half. Tyrese Halliburton continues to struggle in this basketball game. And just my luck, because I thought he was going to struggle tonight, and I played over. He's got over 2.5 turnovers in all 4 games so far, the NBA Finals. So, of course, I'm a day late and $1 short on this. I jump on the bandwagon tonight, and he got hurt. He got taken out of the game, but he's back in. He's sort of in and out of this basketball game. He's on the floor right now. He's 0 for 5 from the field. He's giving them absolutely nothing. It's like he's not there, to be honest with you. You got to wonder if Oklahoma City gets up by 20, 22. Like, they're one run away, I think, from a knockout punch here in this game. And I think the Pacers will tap out with Halliburton's strained calf that he has right now. They've got to think, you know what, we're not winning this game at some point. Now it's only 12. And I'm actually surprised. Listen, I'm all over the Oklahoma City Thunder on the money line. I got them in multiple different parlays. But we also laid 15.5 at the half, which is very unlike me, as anybody that tunes into the show knows. Like, normally I'd be like, nah, let's take the 15.5. But I do believe, I think that at some point here, all it takes is like an 8-2 run right now. Like, the Pacers are on the cliff. They just need to be pushed off. You know what I'm saying? So can Oklahoma City push them off? Push them off. The meltdown has begun.
Enter into the magical world of McLuck.com, where even the smallest of spins can win real cash prizes. Adventure into over 1,000 of the best Vegas-style slot games. So what are you waiting for? Unlock your free welcome offer today. Join the fun where winners play and players win.
Two guys that can do it all.
Too much electricity this morning.
This is a good time. We're having a lot of fun.
I had to do a triple take.
Ka-ching! Why? Because of parity.
I didn't mean to offend.
Yeah, it's not going to happen.
Load management is a dirty word.
Let him rip.
You know what? Circumstances provide the results. What? How do you do this once? Oh, Donnie, you got such a good show there.
A network that is booming.
The early line, only on SportsGrid.
Anyone that's been to a sporting event, the atmosphere before a game, I think Game Time Decisions has that same exact atmosphere. This is our arena. This is what we do. There is going to be an energy to Game Time Decisions that you will feel night in and night out. The excitement you get when you lock your bets in, when you're figuring out what you want to do, we can zone in on the biggest games each night. I want this to be the place that people come to before the games start so they feel as ready as possible to lock in their cards. We are going to hit every single one of those markets that you need to know about. We're going to go through every single thing, and I've got a great team behind me that's going to help me get the job done. There is not going to be a better place, I promise you, than Game Time Decisions to get that new information, react to it, and be able to then bet accordingly. We will have everything at our disposal, and we will use that to our advantage. I'm Kevin Walsh. Tune into Game Time Decisions from 6 to 8 p.m. Eastern on SportsGrid.
Did you know sportsbooks tend to draw up tighter bet lines for events that get even more bettors, like championship games or major matchups? My tip, try betting on less popular sports. You might have a better shot at beating those odds. Now, go get lucky. See you in Las Vegas. Let's get lucky.
Let's roll. The Monday Night Meltdown has begun. NBA Finals. It's a big-time game here for the Pacers, and they sort of just walked right into this. I sort of expected it. You know, I don't like to overthink things before games when I look at teams in the tunnel, but I actually do. It's like, you know, you always hear people talk about, I want to see them after the weigh-in, right, when we talk about mixed martial arts. I want to see them basically, I want to see them before the fight, right? It's you can talk about it and the X and O's and all this. They're humans, right? Biorhythms. Things are different every day. And I could just sort of tell with the Pacers before the game started that they were done. Like I saw them, they were doing like a team prayer, and I thought to myself, yeah, you guys better pray because you're in a lot of trouble tonight. And here we are right now. But they're actually sort of lingering. Like they're not, we've seen this from the Pacers a lot in the playoffs where they're down by 12, they're down by 15, and people that bet on them are thinking, man, maybe we can backdoor the point spread. And then they actually end up winning the game outright. But they're not winning this game outright. I'd be shocked. Like, I don't think Oklahoma City are blowing this lead. The question is the point spread right now. It's sort of right on the number, right? I mean, they're down by 12. Halliburton's on the line right now. Indianapolis goes on a run. They cover the point spread. Oklahoma City goes on a run. They cover the point spread. I'm all over OKC money line. I got the over in the game. I got a ton of I got a lot of action tonight. I got a bunch of player props. And I even laid 15.5 to half thinking that OKC would murder them in the second, but give credit to the Pacers. They're lingering right now. And both teams are missing a lot of easy shots. Cam Stewart steps up and in. Cam, Pacers, like I said, they could go either way right now with them. I think it's going to go in the wrong direction for them. They just cut the deficit to 11. And in-game right now, you're getting 13.5 with Indianapolis out there.
Yeah, they had a 15.5 game at the half, and kind of look at it going, yeah, I like the Pacers, but I actually kind of like what you did earlier on. I'm like, I'm not taking the dog in the first quarter and in the first half in this game. What does Oklahoma City do? Kind of like the Florida Panthers. They just punch you in the face early a lot of the time at home, right? That's what this team does, and I'm actually very impressed with the Pacers. Only down 11 right now. You talked about it, Morency. Remember on The Simpsons when Homer's betting with Moe and he's like, we're going to kill these guys tonight. Hey, and Lisa's like, see the fear in his eyes, Dad? Like, he's like, what are you talking about? He's ready
it's always the opposite.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, oh, no. She's like, no, he's a scared boy playing like a man. It's just like, that was the best. And I was thinking the same thing with the Pacers. I'm actually very surprised right now, down 11. They're grinding. You got to give them a lot of credit, but I don't think there's any chance in hell they win this game.
Like I said, yeah, exactly. It could go either way, guys, with the point spread, though. We'll see. Hartenstein just missed a free throw, which I don't mind considering he's one of the player props that I have at under 6.5 points. So Shohei Ohtani, Los Angeles Dodgers hosting San Diego. Already just a big game on its own to begin with. But you got Ohtani pitching here, and Ohtani finds himself in a little bit of an early jam right now. So basically, the question was how many innings he's going to pitch. I said one, and if it goes quickly, he'll pitch into the second inning. His last warm-up session, which was last Tuesday for this, was 44 pitches. So and that was like a dress rehearsal. Like, I'm not saying that his arm will fall off, but the way that they planned it was, all right, 40 pitches or so, 44 pitches, which could be an inning or two. What's he at? He's at 17 pitches right now, guys, already. And he doesn't have a single out. And there's first and third for San Diego right now.
He just got one out. But this is Wetzel told me he's going 3+. I'm like, are you nuts? I
think he's out at the plate. They're calling him safe. That's pretty close. He looked at, dude, the ball was there. So basically, guys, there was a sac fly. First and third, nobody out. Sac fly to center field. Nice throw. Paul has got it in like on the fly here. And really nice throw. One hopper, boom. I think he's safe. I think he beat the slide. He beat it.
You can't screw around with this guy, Gabe. It's like
good call.
Dodgers
Good
have
call.
Pitching. Yeah, no, the Dodgers have, it's like you got to protect this guy with kid gloves, man. He's coming back. Like, there's no extra pitchers or whatever. The Dodgers' goal is the long game, man. I know it's the Padres, but with all the guys and their arms and stuff, you can't screw around. Ohtani will get stronger as per each start. A couple more pitches here and there, but to think he's going to go like more than 3 innings, I think is insane. I go, why don't you play the Powerball? Like the guy.
There was no way in hell he's going 3 innings.
No, he's going 1. No. He's going 1 or maybe 1.
Like I said, I tweeted it out earlier today. Like 44 pitches was sort of the ballpark figure here. If he got through the first inning with 13 pitches or something, then he'd roll out in the second inning, and they would have pulled him after the second. But he's moving in on 20, so I think this is going to turn into a 1-inning performance for him. He's frustrated, too. He's really into this, Ohtani. Like, he got really upset about a call, And then he thought it was out at home plate, but it really wasn't. It looked like it was. It was a bang-bang play, but it was a nice slide. I think it was Tatis that slid in under there. So we got a 1-0 game here. And really, you could argue, Cam, the Dodgers closed at minus 180 favorites tonight. It was a late steam with them. And not a great bet, really, just because San Diego are good. San Diego hate the Dodgers. And Ohtani, whatever, dude, he's going to pitch 1 inning, 2 innings. It's basically a Dodgers bullpen game tonight,
You called it, and that's the thing. And I know the Dodgers are really good, but you said it. Like, now we're going to have a crazy bullpen game, mop-up guys. And you as a Dodger fan, you can't lay that number with this team in a rivalry game. Thought it was a little bit too rich, Gabe. But you like this, too. J.J. Spawn, who won the U.S. Open, was checking his yardage book. It's got Dodgers on the cover. He's a huge L.A. Dodgers fan when he was doing his score.
Yes, we can actually. Tommy. Yeah, Tommy, we actually have this. Check this out. We'll get to the U.S. Open. Yeah. And J.J. Spawn went to San Diego State, but he's actually from Los Angeles. Tommy, can we get the best of X up here? Yeah. Let's roll it. Here we go.
Yeah. There he is.
Here's J.J. Spawn. He's a big Dodger fan. There he is with Freddie Freeman and Mookie Betts. And I can't help but think how small J.J. Spawn must be, because Mookie Betts is not a big dude.
Exactly.
He looks like Julio's little brother. Yeah,
I
looks like a little Julio.
Told you, that is Julio's melon. Like, you could hit J.J. Spawn over the head with a golf club and he'll laugh at you. Go, what? He's like, doesn't feel any pain. And we'll talk about that, Gabe. What a performance in his final 2 holes, man. That guy has big gut. Good for him.
That putt was sick. That's quite the way to win a major.
Damn right.
Their team total is 19.5 wins. I told you to go under, and it's by far the best bet I have recommended on this network in 4 years. They can't get out of their own way. And now Sloot is out for the year. Let's hope Sloot gets back, because I respect the hell out of Sloot, and I want her to go out on her own terms. Hopefully we'll have her back for the 26th season.
Betting above the rim, only on SportsGrid.
I got a feeling Pittsburgh's going to the Super Bowl. I got a feeling there is no chance they're going to the Super Bowl with Aaron Rodgers. I'm just kidding.
They're still not expected to have over 8.5 wins. They're still not expected to have a winning record. Now, I know things could change for the next 24 hours. I get that. But everyone expected Aaron Rodgers to sign with him. He's going to sign with him.
Pharrell Coast to Coast, only on SportsGrid.
The 2 guys that can do it all.
Too much electricity this morning.
This is a good time. We're having a lot of fun.
I had to do a triple take. Ka-ching! Why? Because of parity.
I didn't mean to offend.
Yeah, it's not going to happen.
Load management is a dirty word.
Let him rip.
You know what? Circumstances provide the results. What? How do you do this one? Oh, Donnie, you got such a good show there.
A network that is booming.
The Early Line, only on SportsGrid.
Foul him! Wrong!
Freddie,
Jacob! Yes! Oh! It was never in doubt! It was never in doubt! Oh, there's points falling out of my eyeballs! Oh, James Johnson to the 10! Everybody gets home!
In-game live, only on SportsGrid.
This is SportsRage. I am Morency. So we've got a 11-point game once again. It got up to 13, but the Pacers aren't going away. Every time it's sort of, you figure, okay, maybe OKC are going to pull away. We've talked about this before. OKC are not a great shooting team, right? So they miss a lot of shots. They're not a great three-point shooting team, the Oklahoma City Thunder, but they bludgeon you, right? They bludgeon you defensively and they just wear you out. And, you know, it's like very Michigan State-like when they were good, like with Izzo. Just rebound, crash the glass, and at the end of it, we'll have more points than the other team. Don't worry, like we're not, our stats won't be pretty, but we're going to win the game. That's Oklahoma City. Like, here's a wide open three. They miss it. Like, just one, here's Caruso, wide open three. They miss it. Like, it's just one miss, like miss. And this total is starting to fade away right now, and it's going to be hard to cover if they don't start hitting shots. It's, oh, man, this is getting real right now. The Pacers doing the Pacer thing.
This is what
they've cut it to what?
We've talked about
it. They've cut it to 7 now. They're down 7.
When you're a three-point shooting team and missing multiple threes, you're just keeping Indiana in there, too. It's like, wow, man. Like,
they don't shoot a lot of threes, Cam, Oklahoma City, but they're wide open. So, like, but there's a saying in basketball, if you're wide open, there's a reason for it. Right? Like, so, the Thunder are taking these wide open looks, and it's hard to dislike it if you're a coach even. It's like, dude, you're wide open. All right, take the look. And the Pacers are choosing to live and die with this. They're like, these guys will take a bad three, and they are. Oklahoma City just needs to rein this in a little bit, but, man, this is what the Pacers do. We talked about it, guys. They go on these runs, and the next thing you know, it's like, wow, they could win the game. There was a missed free throw. That's another thing, too. A lot of missed free throws. The Pacers have been this has been a problem for them all series. Like earlier, they just brought it up before. That was Oklahoma City that missed, but Oklahoma City were like 11 for 12 from the free throw line earlier. And the Pacers are like, I don't know, what are they, 75? Like Siakam is like brick central, man. Mathurin, you don't know whether it's going to go in. And Mathurin's usually a good free throw shooter, but I don't know if it's the finals or what it is. There's whatever. And we got a 6-point game right now, 76-70 with 3:30 left in the third quarter. There goes my minus 15.5.
It's not, no. Trust me, with what we saw last game, and we were on the Pacers and we didn't cover, Oklahoma City's the type
that's
of team.
true, actually. Yeah. I got screwed. Yeah, we got screwed the other night in the last 38 seconds. So, like, anything could happen. You're right.
Yeah. That's the thing about OKC. You could be up 6.
That was Ben Matherin's
you look,
fault.
Up 17. It's crazy.
I don't blame a player. They weren't going to win. Like, the Oklahoma City came back. You could tell. Like, they turned it up a notch in the last 4 or 5 minutes, and you just sort of, they had the lead. But as far as that point spread, I mean, come on. They were 6. They lost by 7. Mathurin missed 3 or 4 free throws in like the last 30 seconds, whatever it was. And that was the cover. And then Carlisle melted off, and not whatever, dude. Scott Foster was hell bent on screwing the Pacers. He just was. His Scott Foster, they're going to roll him out again before we're done. Like, you'll see, he'll be back. He'll be back for the Game 7 screw job where Indy gets the dagger. The Pacers probably win Game 6 at home. And then they'll go back home, and Oklahoma City will win. It'll probably be just like this, actually. Although, who knows? Oklahoma City could win on the road, Cam, but I think probably that we said it last week. I said, Oklahoma City's going to go back home and win. The Pacers will win, and then it'll go back to Game 7, and Oklahoma City will win. I think that's probably how it plays out.
To your earlier point, I think this series goes 7, and I think the Oilers can win tomorrow in hockey and bring a 7th game as well. They better play better than they did last game. That was very disappointing. And by the way, can you actually get a lead, guys, instead of Florida going up again and always trying to come back against these guys? Like, you ever thought about scoring maybe the first 2 goals instead of always trying to come back? It's not going to work forever, Morency. And I got to tell you, we talked about Marchand. This guy's an absolute killer, man. One of the guys, just everywhere on the ice, the guy's a perfect hockey player. It's just watching the Oilers is very, very frustrating.
Yeah, it was a disappointing effort from them. I almost get the feeling that the Oilers will win Game 6 tomorrow and then lose Game 7 at home.
Pull the Leafs.
Very Toronto Maple Leaf-like. Yes, exactly. And no, it'll be the same thing. And they'll look back. It'll be like, it was 7 games, and they lost Game 5 at home, and they lost Game 7 at home. And that's what happened with the Toronto Maple Leafs. We've said it in the past a million times, guys. Basketball players would prefer to play at home. Like, there is still a little bit of a home court thing going in basketball. Football players really don't seem to care. I think football players are almost like hockey players in a way, but hockey players legit prefer playing on the road.
Their team total is 19.5 wins. I told you to go under, and it's by far the best bet I have recommended on this network in 4 years. They can't get out of their own way. And now Sloot is out for the year. Let's hope Sloot gets back, because I respect the hell out of Sloot, and I want her to go out on her own terms. Hopefully we'll have her back for the 26th season.
Betting above the rim, only on SportsGrid.
I got a feeling Pittsburgh's going to the Super Bowl. I got a feeling there is no chance they're going to the Super Bowl with Aaron Rodgers. I'm just kidding.
They're still not expected to have over 8.5 wins. They're still not expected to have a winning record. Now, I know things could change for the next 24 hours. I get that. But everyone expected Aaron Rodgers to sign with him. He's going to sign with him.
Pharrell Coast to Coast, only on SportsGrid.
The two guys that can do it all.
Too much electricity this morning.
This is a good time. We're having a lot of fun.
I had to do a triple take. Ka-ching! Why? Because of parity.
I didn't mean to offend.
Yeah, it's not going to happen.
Load management is a dirty word.
Let him rip.
You know what? Circumstances provide the results. What? How do you do this one? Oh, Donnie, you got such a good show there.
A network that is booming.
The Early Line, only on SportsGrid.
Foul him! Ref!
Ready? Ready?
Jacob! Yes! Oh! It was never in doubt! It was never in doubt! Oh, there's points falling out of my eyeballs! Oh, James Johnson to the 10! Everybody gets home!
In-game live, only on SportsGrid.
What a jerk Rory McIlroy is, says our main man, Tommy Reynolds. Most of these guys are. JJ Spawn seems like a pretty nice guy, but most of those top golfers are very, like, I have a hard time. Like, I don't personally like them. Like, you know what I mean? They're all the same, right? They're all cool dudes when things are going well, and when they are not, they're all jerks. And you know what, Cam? It's the one thing before we bring Joe in. Mm-hmm. We all know Bryson's a jerk. Like, he is who he is. Yep. It is what it is. But the thing with Bryson, I'll give him credit. Unlike so many of these other players in golf, Bryson faces the media after, like, really, like, heartbreaking finishes. And, like, he could blow up and he still faces the media. So I give him credit for that. And so many of these golfers on the PGA Tour complain all the time. Oh, the PGA this and the PGA that, and we got to go to live, and we're not being treated fairly. There's not enough money, and like they're all just a bunch of like whiners, and they complain all the time, and then they actually do nothing to sell the game. They're like, I don't have to talk to you. If you'll notice, more and more and more PGA golfers are blowing the media off after their tournaments now, unless they win, right? And all right. Don't come crying then after about, well, our ratings are down and it's the PGA. It's, and I think that commissioner of the PGA, Monahan, he's a tool, right? But you can't blame him for everything. Yeah, it's not his fault you're a jerk. No, it's true. It's not his fault you're a jerk. You know what I mean?
Well, that's the whole thing. Like Scheffler's even flipping out. It's like, dude, relax, okay? Like, just everybody take a step back.
Spieth is a nice guy. I got no beef with Spieth.
No,
he's
Spieth
a
is
cool
awesome.
kid. Like, there's a few nice ones, They're
good guys. Like, Spawn's been a journeyman and stuff. Like, he's a very nice guy. And this is the whole thing about these guys who are like number one players now. It's like, oh yeah, good point by you. It's like, oh, nobody's bowing down for you now. Oh, you didn't win a tournament now. Oh, the golf course is too tough. It's like these guys are complaining. I watched Jack Nicklaus and Johnny Miller in the press conference cracking up. It's like, you think this guy complained about a major when there's rough and stuff like that? These guys are such soft asses. It's like, dude, it's called the U.S. Open. It's supposed to be tough. Get it, man
87-79 after three quarters. Third quarter just came to an end. Let's bring in Joe Madden right now. In-game total, right where it closed at, 223.5. And interesting, this is pretty wild. The point spread right now is 9.5. So it's exactly what it was at tip-off. 9.5, 223.5. Going into the fourth quarter, it's 87-79. So they've got an 8-point lead. Joe Madden in the house. They just put up 62 points combined, Joe, in the third quarter. This game started to pick up a little bit. It was playing to the under. Now it's exactly on the pace. What do you think about the fourth quarter? Can we get Joe's audio up if we could, please? Do we have you now, Joe?
Yeah, that's my fault.
Hi, Joe.
I apologize for that. I was saying I could not look at an under right now with how these teams are playing, with the pace they're moving up and down the court. I do think that fouling is going to come in the fourth quarter and it will push us over. So shop those lines. I'm seeing a 222.5 over on FanDuel right now and minus 106 to the over. So I think we get there.
I am on the over this game. It's been clunky. Like, they're not shooting well, but there's a ton of, like, fouls and putbacks and rebounds, sort of like they're playing super hard, but they're not shooting well. But the effort is getting points, 62 points in the third quarter of play. Now at 9.5. It's a tough game, Cam. It's right on the number. I spoke with Pharrell earlier in the day today, and he asked me, what do I think is going to happen? And I told him, I said, I think Oklahoma City will win, but my gut feel is that they're going to win by 8 points. And he goes, yeah, I could he said, I could sort of see that right around the number. I got the feeling that they was going to get blown open earlier in the game. I'll give credit to the Pacers for fighting back, but for those of you joining us right now, I think the Thunder are going to go on a run here to start the fourth. I think this game it's been sort of, it's like a boxing match or an MMA fight. They're going back and forth here. The Pacers just got the better of that last round here, the third quarter. I think the Thunder dial things up now a little bit and say, hey, guys, we were up by 15. And this is a real game right now. I'm expecting, Joe, the Thunder to go on a run right now.
Yeah, we could absolutely see it. And at that point, you're going to get a number with the Indiana Pacers. One thing that I'm finding really interesting is right now we are seeing 8.5 over on FanDuel for that spread. The Pacers on the money line are plus 560. Going into this, I was able to get them plus 9.5, and I did sprinkle on the plus 320 on the money line. So you're getting a lot more value right now on that money line. It's going to be hard for them to come back. I do think you're right. OKC should make a push to start this fourth quarter. So you're going to get a better number. I do think we'll get a double-digit number on the Pacers. So if you like the Pacers plus the points, I'd wait a couple minutes into this fourth.
Prop check for everybody. Pascal Siakam closed it over under 19.5. He's got 14 points right now after 3 quarters of play, which is a little bit disappointing actually, because I don't know how many points he had in the third quarter. It wasn't many. Like, I think he was at 12. I think he might have been at 4. Like, he kind of disappeared in that third quarter of play. So he's got 14, but I would expect that he would actually get 6 points here in the fourth quarter. Naismith's got 9 points. Miles Turner's got 11. Nembhard's got 7. And if you would have told me before the game that Tyrese Halliburton would have 2 points going into the fourth quarter, I would tell you that the Oklahoma City Thunder are up big, but Indiana just scored again. And was that Siakam? I was just talking about I would expect Siakam to get there. Yes, sir. Siakam just hit a 3. So, yeah, it's unbelievable. Like, Halliburton's got 2 effing points, guys. He's 0 for 6 from the field, 0 for 4 from 3. His only 2 points are 2 free throws, and they're still in this game. This is that's unbelievable. As far as the Oklahoma City Thunder props right now, Jalen Williams is just going off tonight. He's been like the main man. 29 points for Jalen Williams tonight and counting. SGA's at 24. SGA closed at 34.5 tonight. And I actually have it. I've got Hartenstein under 6.5, and Hartenstein's at 4 right now. We got Siakam over 19.5, and he's now currently at 17. So there's a quick prop update. And as far as the baseball is concerned, the Red Sox are up 2-0 on the Mariners. Astros up 1-0 on the Athletics. And the San Diego are up 1-0 on LA right now. Joe, any late night baseball for you?
Yeah, I had the Yurfie in the over 1.5 with the Padres and the Dodgers in that first inning. So we did get the Yurfie, but unable to go with the over 1.5. I looked at the Dodgers to be able to get the win. You can get them now that they're down by that run at plus 100. I think it's a great price. I also looked at Logan Gilbert under his strikeouts, and I'm pretty sure he's already gone over that number of 6.5 because the last time I checked, he was sitting there at 6 strikeouts. I just expected him to be on a limited pitch count coming out, and I didn't expect him to get so many strikeouts off the bat. So, and then I looked at the A's at home. This A's team has been really surprising as of late, and I just haven't been trusting the Houston Astros bats that much. So I took a chance on the A's tonight.
I regret not taking the Astros, actually. I was going to. I was like, oh, I got caught up in these games. So for the record, Ohtani's out of the game already. He pitched the first inning. So now it's just to be.
Did he get any?
None.
Yeah, I told Wetzel. He's like, oh, 1.5. I'm like, hey, man, he could be out before like the first inning. I don't know about that one, but we should have bet him, Gabe. We knew he wasn't going to go 3. I'm like, how about 1?
Listen, I put a small play. I didn't go big on it, but I put a small play on over 1.5, thinking that I didn't think he was going to take freaking 23 pitches or whatever to get his first out of the game. Like, you know
that
what I'm
was
saying?
the problem. When they had first and third, he used up a lot of pitches to get out of that first inning. That's the problem.
He threw 28 pitches, and they said, all right, no Moss, he's out. They decided at 28. Like,
see ya. He gone.
16. But, you know what I'm saying, Cam? Like, if he would have pitched 14, he would have pitched the second inning, right? But it was like, no, all right, that's enough. 28, you know?
Mark.
Their team total is 19.5 wins. I told you to go under, and it's by far the best bet I have recommended on this network in 4 years. They can't get out of their own way. And now Sloot is out for the year. Let's hope Sloot gets back, because I respect the hell out of Sloot, and I want her to go out on her own terms. Hopefully we'll have her back for the 26th season.
Betting above the rim. Only on SportsGrid.
I got a feeling Pittsburgh's going to the Super Bowl. I got a feeling there is no chance they're going to the Super Bowl with Aaron Rodgers. I'm just kidding.
They're still not expected to have over 8.5 wins. They're still not expected to have a winning record. Now, I know things could change for the next 24 hours. I get that. But everyone expected Aaron Rodgers to sign with him. He's going to sign with him.
Pharrell Coast to Coast. Only on SportsGrid.
The two guys that can do it all.
Too much electricity this morning.
This is a good time. We're having a lot of fun.
I had to do a triple take. Ka-ching! Why? Because of parity.
I didn't mean to offend.
Yeah, it's not going to happen.
Load management is a dirty word.
Let him rip.
You know what? Circumstances provide the results. What? How do you do this once? Oh, Donnie, you got such a good show there.
A network that is booming.
The Early Line. Only on SportsGrid.
Foul him!
Oh, Freddie.
Jacob! Yes! Oh! It was never in doubt! It was never in doubt! Oh, there's points falling out of my eyeballs! Oh, James Johnson to the chin! Everybody gets home!
In-game live. Only on SportsGrid.
Let's roll this. It's SportsRage. I am Gabriel Morency. 92-84 right now. 10 minutes left in the basketball game. Oklahoma City Thunder up 8. They just got up 10, but like I said, every time they sort of get up. Earlier they were up by 13. I think it might have got to 15 briefly for like one basket or something. But see, that's what I'm talking about. Look at this. Chet Holmgren just missed. Like, bro, you're 7-1 or whatever. Like, he just missed. Instead of dunking it, he just tried to, like, put it in. It didn't go in. He got his own rebound, and then he flubbed it again. It's like, bro, like this is why they're not covering. I just said it a couple of minutes ago. Like Oklahoma City, it takes them like multiple shots and rebounds to score. They don't score easily, this team, right? The SGA will take it in and he'll go to the free throw line, but they're not a smooth shooting team. And like, man, they've missed a lot of easy shots tonight. They're still winning, but that's the difference of them covering and not covering right now. 92-84. The current point spread is 10.5. In-game total is currently 226 and a half. All day we were telling you guys that we liked Flamengo a lot tonight against the Esperance de Tunis and the FIFA World Cup. We parlayed them with Panama. Plus money was like plus 114 or something. But Panama won 5-2. We can let you know that Flamengo from the Brazilian League are leading 2-0 right now in the 81st minute. But we have an upset in the making right now, and I'm not happy about it. Jamaica losing right now to Guatemala in the Gold Cup. We're in the 37th minute. Jamaica, well, they weren't massive favorites, Cam, but they were favorites. Like Jamaica were minus 112 earlier in the day, and it ended up closing at minus 188. So there was a late push on the Jamaicans. I think partially people saw Guadeloupe get lit up earlier in the day by Panama 5-2. So I think, they said, oh, you know what, the same thing's going to happen to Guatemala, but Guatemala are better than Guadeloupe. And I thought this game would play to the under, actually. The 2.5 right now is even. It's minus 110 on both sides. Jamaica are now plus 260. The draw is plus 220. Guatemala are plus 120. I think, guys, the draw could be in play here now. If Jamaica are probably going to score. Could it end up 1-1? Maybe be like it could tie plus 220 right now. It's 1-0 in the 39th minute.
I don't expect more than like 3 goals in that game. The Panama game went way over, so maybe you're kind of right. If anything happens, 1-1 seems like a realistic score. That college baseball game, Gabe, I was wondering what the hell was going on because it's been on the same score. They're delayed. That LSU UCLA.
Yeah, I don't
game,
think they're going to be starting again at this point.
I know. I'm like, how long has this game been delayed for? It's like, oh my God.
I've got money tied up in that game. I took UCLA plus 3.5 runs in the first inning in game, and then they shut it down after. It's 5-3 right now. And we should note, actually, as long as the College Baseball World Series, wild stuff earlier in the day, Gage Wood of the Arkansas Razorbacks threw just the third no-hitter in College Baseball World Series history, to put it out, only 3 ever. And the first one in 65 years. You know how hard it is with the aluminum bats now and these guys swinging for the fences? Like, 19 strikeouts and unbelievable stuff. Wow. It's just one of those unbelievable performances by Gage Wood. First 2 no-hitters in College World Series history were thrown in 1950. All right. The last one was in 1960. And we had this one today. Unbelievable stuff. A lot of people think that Arkansas are the team to beat. I've got LSU, but I do have UCLA plus the 3.5. All right, so basketball game, we got our eye on this. It's 92-86. It's down to 6 right now. They're just not going away. And, Joe, we got the Stanley Cup Finals tomorrow. The Edmonton Oilers were very disappointing on home ice on Saturday night. The table was set for them after the dramatic win, yet, it was Florida that came in there hungrier, right, after blowing the lead, and now Florida, the more frustrated team. So now it's Edmonton's turn to return the favor tomorrow night in Florida. Do you think they will as plus 125 underdogs?
I don't know if they will, Gabe. To be honest with you, watching that last game, I was so disappointed with the Edmonton Oilers. And we know this is a team that is able to bounce back, but being that, I don't even know what the word I would use other than bad on their home ice. It just was surprising to me. And I think this travel is, I know they've been in these situations, they've done this travel before, but we're seeing them each and every time off of the travel so far in the series is when the Florida Panthers have blown them out. And we know the Florida Panthers can really wear down a team. Now, we did finally see Connor McDavid score in the last game, and I do think he's going to be impactful here. I think they're going to get those shots, but it's going to come down to Bobrovsky, and Bobrovsky has a save prop of 27.5. 6.5. I'm going to be rolling with that to the over. I think the Florida Panthers can get it done. Do I want to see it? Absolutely not. I want a game 7. I think we all want a game 7 out there, but I don't know if Edmonton has it in them. I think they probably come out, win the first period, and then I don't know if Florida might be able to fight their way back because they're just as hungry as the Edmonton Oilers to hoist that cup tomorrow night.
They seem to be hungrier than the Oilers, actually. They do that just extra, right? They go the extra distance, that extra inch, a little bit more than the Oilers have. And Cam, you know what? You've been a big Zach Hyman fan over the years. He's always been underrated in the past, but Zach Hyman has greatly been missed by the Edmonton Oilers right now. And Nugent Hopkins, even though he's playing, he's not 100%. And in fact, he hasn't been able to practice. He's playing tomorrow. They said, he's going to play, but he hasn't practiced since the last game or anything like that. And it's catching up to them. And I think Knobloch as well, Joe, he's changing the lineup too much all the time. Every game, he has a new lines, and we're doing this and we're doing that. And it's throwing the players off, right? I mean, the players aren't going to admit it publicly, but people that are following it, and you read, if you're following the quotes and everything, they're not happy with it. Like every game, they don't really know, all right, what's the line going to be tonight? And they're all teammates, and they play together at times, but it's throwing them off just a little bit, Joe. And Craig Simpson talked about it. Bieksa was talking about it, saying, it's this late in the season, you're kind of used to who your partners are. You know what I'm saying? And Knobloch keeps like, I'm going to take this guy out and put this guy in. And he's pushed a lot of right buttons, but playing Skinner he should have played Skinner in the last game, but we'll get more from Joe on the other side. Agreed.
Their team total is 19.5 wins. I told you to go under, and it's by far the best bet I have recommended on this network in 4 years. They can't get out of their own way. And now Sloot is out for the year. Let's hope Sloot gets back, because I respect the hell out of Sloot, and I want her to go out on her own terms. Hopefully we'll have her back for the 26th season.
Betting above the rim, only on SportsGrid.
I got a feeling Pittsburgh's going to the Super Bowl. I got a feeling there is no chance they're going to the Super Bowl with Aaron Rodgers. I'm just kidding.
They're still not expected to have over 8.5 wins. They're still not expected to have a winning record. Now, I know things could change for the next 24 hours. I get that. But everyone expected Aaron Rodgers to sign with him. He's going to sign with him.
Pharrell Coast to Coast, only on SportsGrid.
The two guys that can do it all.
Too much electricity this morning.
This is a good time. We're having a lot of fun.
I had to do a triple take. Ka-ching! Why? Because of parity.
I didn't mean to offend.
Yeah, it's not going to happen.
Load management is a dirty word.
Let him rip.
You know what? Circumstances provide the results. What? How do you do this once? Oh, Donnie, you got such a good show there.
A network that is booming.
The Early Line, only on SportsGrid.
Foul him!
Oh, Freddie.
Jacob! Yes! Oh! It was never in doubt! It was never in doubt! Oh, there's points falling out of my eyeballs! Oh, James Johnson to the 10! Everybody gets home!
In-game live, only on SportsGrid.
Let's roll. This is SportsRage, and this is getting real. We got a 2-point game. The Pacers have done it again. Whereas, they're getting blown out. It looks like they're done. And Oklahoma City just did it again. They just missed, 2 putbacks, lay-ins. Guys, it's going to cost you the game now and potentially the NBA championship.
Imagine the Pacers win tonight. Oh my God!
Well, they're plus 525 on the money line. Wow! As soon as they just cut it, though, they cut it to 2, and Oklahoma City's got pissed off, Cam, and just scored a bunch of baskets in a row. They just suddenly blew it up to 7, just like that. Wow!
That was quick. Yep. See,
they hit a 3 and they got a steal. They hit a 3 and they got a steal. They got a quick 5 points.
Ooh, 2-point game. No, Cam, it's 7. Okay. Oh yeah.
Wow, that was fast.
Yeah.
For the record, everybody, I jumped in in a total anger, frustration, like out of spite, overplay on 229.5. So it's 232.5 right now. Still a lot of time, guys. It's 193. So we're at 193 with 7.5 left. I'm expecting a lot of craziness here. I'm thinking it's going to go over the 229.5. It's 232.5 now. So we'll see. I got a little bit of a head start on that. So Joe, it sounds like it's pretty cool. You've got you got a ticket. You've got an invite to Game 7 if it goes 7 in Edmonton, but can't really tell people that in Calgary. Joe, you were just saying that people in Calgary are really enjoying watching the Oilers lose, which I totally get, but. You know, the Flames kind of suck, so you're not really in a position to be trolling other teams. But
this is true, but I think the Flames.
And for the record, all hockey fans do it. Like I see Canuck fans mouthing off. Oh, you Oilers, you suck. It's like, well, the Oilers beat the Canucks in the playoffs last year. You shut up. Like you don't have the right to bitch at them. You don't have the right to bitch at them, but they do anyways. You Leaf fans don't because you get picked on no matter what all the time. So you guys are just staying silent.
Yeah, I don't say nothing because we're the ultimate losers. So I just go, hey, whatever happens, happens. But you ever notice in Canada, we'll band together, but it's like, your team sucks. Oh, Flames suck. Canucks suck. Canadians suck. It's like, shut up. Can't we ever get together and like figure it out?
No. It used to be like, yeah, I'm glad the Canadian team won. Now people are like, they don't want them to win.
No, you don't care, right?
Like, I'm like, what? Are you kidding me? Anyway, I'd rather Edmonton win myself, but that's just me.
Okay.
So
Edmonton's too close for me? So I can't.
No, I get it in Calgary. It'll be bothersome. I think the Canadians are the team. Maybe the Canadians can win the cup in like 2-3 years or something like that. They're pretty stacked. Yeah. They're definitely on the up and up. Florida are going to get older eventually here. They're not going to dominate forever. So there's going to be a little bit of a changing of the guard eventually in a National Hockey League. All right, so we got a 193 games, 7.5 minutes left. I need some points here. And, man, these baskets are getting tough to come by in the paint. They're really going at it hard under the basket right now. Baseball. Major League Baseball, 2-0 Red Sox, 1-0 Astros, 1-0 San Diego. Still, how did you do with the CFL betting this past week, Joe?
It was pretty good in the CFL this past week. I trusted in my Calgary Stampeders out there on the road versus the Toronto Argos. So they were able to come away with a win. I couldn't believe they were a 3.5-point dog in that one. And then Montreal played a fantastic game. I actually had their team total to the over. I believe it was 26.5. And I played the Red Blacks team total to the under, and that came in as well. Both of those. Now, BC, I expected a little bit more out of them versus the Winnipeg Blue Bombers. We weren't able to get there. They are a 4.5-point dog, losing that one by 14. And then Hamilton and Saskatchewan, that one stayed under the total. I was expecting more points. So, I think I hit probably 56% of my bets because I had a bunch of player props as well.
Hamilton and Saskatchewan, their total, for the record, the second half over went again in a Rough Rider game. It's just really is unbelievable on a weekly basis. But that game stayed under by 1 point, and that Lothar guy on Saskatchewan missed 3 chip shot field goals and an extra point.
That guy's
and
really
an extra point. They were lucky they didn't lose because of him. But he screwed all of us, Cam, with the total. I was losing it on Saturday night.
And last year he used to do the same thing. Hey, Saskatchewan, you ever find a kicker? Lothar's horrible. He's been this way for years.
He rifled an extra point off the upright. It's not the NFL either, guys. You're not that far off. You know what I mean? It's dude, and it's the worst, Cam. You can't even return it. I just wanted 1 point. I'm all I need is a point. Ding, right on. I'm you son of a bitch. You already missed 3 easy field goals.
Hard to do. Okay.
Their team total is 19.5 wins. I told you to go under, and it's by far the best bet I have recommended on this network in 4 years. They can't get out of their own way. And now Sloot is out for the year. Let's hope Sloot gets back, because I respect the hell out of Sloot, and I want her to go out on her own terms. Hopefully we'll have her back for the 26th season.
Betting above the rim. Only on SportsGrid.
I got a feeling Pittsburgh's going to the Super Bowl. I got a feeling there is no chance they're going to the Super Bowl with Aaron Rodgers. I'm just kidding.
They're still not expected to have over 8.5 wins. They're still not expected to have a winning record. Now, I know things could change for the next 24 hours. I get that. But everyone expected Aaron Rodgers to sign with him. He's going to sign with him.
Pharrell Coast to Coast. Only on SportsGrid.
The two guys that can do it all.
Too much electricity this morning.
This is a good time. We're having a lot of fun.
I had to do a triple take. Ka-ching! Why? Because of parity.
I didn't mean to offend.
Yeah, it's not going to happen.
Load management is a dirty word.
Let him rip.
You know what? Circumstances provide the results. What? How do you do this once? Oh, Donnie, you got such a good show there.
A network that is booming.
The Early Line. Only on SportsGrid.
Foul him! Ralph!
Ready? Ready?
Jacob! Yes! Oh! It was never in doubt! It was never in doubt! Oh, there's points falling out of my eyeballs! Oh, James Johnson to the 10! Everybody gets home!
In-game live. Only on SportsGrid.
Level 2 has begun. This is Sports Rage. I am Gabriel Morency. SportsGrid Radio and Television Network, Sirius XM Channel 159, and many more outlets and platforms. So we talk a lot about the Oklahoma City Thunder going on these thunder-like runs, like just these flash lightning type of runs. And they just did it again. They just went on a 7-0 run in a 1-minute span. Carlisle just called timeout. And this is unbelievable, guys. This basketball game, the lead got cut to 95-93. There was about 8.5 minutes left in the game, and it was 95-93. They cut it to 2 points, the Pacers. It's currently 110-97. Like, Oklahoma City just said, whoa, no, not anymore. And every time the Pacers walk the ball up the court, run the ball up the court, Oklahoma City Thunder is stealing it from them. Like, the Pacers have turned the ball over, like, on, 4 of their last 5 possessions. This is why they're falling apart right now. And, in fact, we've got the prop with Halliburton over 2.5 turnovers. He's at 2 right now, so I need one more turnover from Halliburton. But Pascal Siakam, if they win, he'll be the MVP. Like, he's pulled away. But if they win the finals, which they're not going to, but I'm just saying, if the Pacers won, he would be the guy. He's got 26 points tonight, so we do win that bet over 19.5. They just turned it over again, the Pacers. They came out of a timeout and turned it over.
I told you that 15 and a half, remember you thought it was dead. These guys might win by 22 if the Pacers keep on turning over the ball. Like, that's the thing about OKC. They're so quick. Like, what kind of team in the league turns like a 2-point lead where things got crazy? Now they're like smoking these guys. Like, wow, what a turn of events. Quickly.
They don't get rattled either, OKC. Like, on their home floor, they're a completely different team. Like, on the road, they get tight when it gets close, but at home, they have this, superpower. And we're seeing it right now. Now they're on the free throw line again. We'll see if they can pull away. They're laying 11.5 right now, and they're up by 14. And they're only laying 11.5, which I find strange. But it is what it is. All right, let's bring George Kurtz in right now. George Kurtz, speaking of strange, George Kurtz in the house. What's going on, George?
Speaking of strange.
Right, speaking of strange, I'm wearing a normal shirt here. What's going on here, right?
Normal shirt here.
I guess if you ask me about my fandom, well, it's not going very well here. The Yankees can't score any runs. It's like watching tape, right?
If I were to tell you they were going to get a run against the Angels, you'd call me insane, but I'd be correct.
No, I wouldn't.
Well, I know,
Yankees
George.
every year. They go through a couple of weeks every year to a month where they can't hit their way out of a paper bag. And they've scored, 5 runs now in the last 50 innings. They went 0 for 19 tonight with runners in the scoring position. I don't even know how that's possible, by the way. And they went 3 straight innings with the runner on second and nobody out and did not score. Pretty much let you know all you need to know about the New York Yankees right now. Take the under tomorrow.
That's unbelievable. Their struggles right now over the weekend. But you called it going into the weekend. You thought that Boston would win the series. I don't think you thought they were going to get swept, but the Yankee fans and the Yankee organization and the Yankee media, etc., they really over-exaggerate everything. So, now, losing 4 in a row, George, at what point does the anger start to kick in and people start to flip out?
Oh, I don't think it's losing 4 in a row that's making people mad. It's how they're playing because they're looking like that team last year again where they make a lot of careless mistakes. They don't play baseball. They wait for a 3-run home run, which is not coming right now, right? Tonight was the 4th game in a row now that they've had somebody thrown out at third base. Granted, the first 3 were with nobody out. Tonight was with 1 out, and it really wasn't Dominguez's fault. He was trying to steal third. It wasn't bad base running tonight. He was trying to steal third. And Volpe hit a ground ball right at the third base bag. I actually caught it and tagged it at the same time. He could have not tagged it if he tried. But once again, it's just showing you the type of baseball the Yankees are playing tonight. I mentioned runner on second, nobody out, 3 straight innings. Not only did they not score them, they didn't come close. In 2 of those innings, I don't think they got the guy to third base. More or less getting him off second base here. They don't do the little things well. They never really have over the past 4, 5, 6, 7 years. They're the Earl Weaver. They're waiting for the 3-run bomb, and right now those bombs are just few and far between.
The Toronto Blue Jays were hot, but obviously they were due to stumble, but they end up getting swept by the Philadelphia Phillies, which hurts them because they really, really could have kept chipping away and gaining ground on the Yankees. Yankees and Blue Jays play a big Canada Day 4-game series, weekend series in Toronto in a couple of weeks. That's going to be a big-time series. But, George, I couldn't help but think of the irony just a little bit, actually. I just thought it was strange a little. I'm like, I talked about it a lot, coming into the year, about the Rays playing all the, top-heavy home schedule. 47 of the first 59 games will be at home. They're not dominant at home, but they actually have a winning record on the road right now, and they got a 4-game win streak right now, guys, and they're not going away, George. They've cut the lead to 2.5 right now. Are you buying in that the Rays are a legitimate threat for the division?
And George, they don't give up runs, so when they hit, you're dead. That's the whole thing about the Rays. They get any type of hitting. Have you seen them? They don't give up more than 4. George, that's the whole thing about the Rays. These guys, you can always count on their pitching. When they start to get hot hitting, good luck. Everybody's going to be a little bit scared of that team. George, everyone counts these guys out. They're amazing. They never die.
Everybody's a threat in the American. The Yankees are not on a scale of 1 to 10. The Yankees are about a 6.5. As far as a team there, no one's great. No one's running away with this division here. The Yankees got to a hot start, good for them, and now they're coming right back down to earth here. No one's running away with this division here. The Rays are on it. They're on a 14-2 streak now, something like that. They're playing out of this world right now. The funny thing about the Rays, remember we all complained how they were sort of ruining the game with having an opener, right? They always had the opener here. The Rays lead Major League Baseball in innings from their starters going in deep in the game. They're averaging almost 6+. Think about that. That's how much they've changed here. They pitch well. They play baseball. Look, Kevin Cash, they play baseball, right? They'll run the base. They'll hit and run here. Steal. Gotta like the Rays.
They do it all.
I can't believe I can't remember his name off the top of my head. I think I don't want to. It's like I'm blocking it. But George, who's the freaking pitcher on the San Francisco Giants that won a bunch of World Series recently?
Bumgarner.
Their star.
Bumgarner.
Oh yeah, good call. Yeah, Bumgarner. Yeah, Madison Bumgarner. So yeah, Madison Bumgarner. But when you said that about the Rays, I remember the first time the Rays did it. Right? They had no starters. It wasn't by design, guys. They had no freaking starters, right? So they figured, all right, whatever, dude. Let's start the bullpen. And I remember Bumgarner said, I'll retire if this becomes a thing in baseball. He said, this is ridiculous. You're starting games with starters. And if you remember, Kurtz, people were like, this is the stupidest thing ever. They're going to get killed. Because I vividly remember it happening. And people in the betting world, like, betting against them. Like, oh, they don't have any pitchers. They're starting nobodies. And they're all going to pitch an inning. And what happened? They started winning games doing it.
When you think about it, it's actually, it makes a lot of sense here. You know, if you're in a lineup here, like you think of a Dodgers lineup here.
Yeah, new
right?
hitters.
Ohtani,
New hitters got to see a new pitcher every inning, George. It's tough to deal with.
Right. But it's also, if you want to make sure you get through the first inning, if you have a good left-handed reliever, you know, hey, put him against the Dodgers first inning. At least you get through Ohtani and Freeman once before, what odds are they didn't kill you, right? So I sort of get it here. But you're right. The Rays did this out. They had no choice. They didn't have anybody. They had to come up with something different here. I don't think they did it on purpose. And you're seeing them now. It's the same crew, same manager, same GM here. Now they have starters, so they don't have to do it now. And they're pitching the deepest into baseball in the in Major Leagues.
All right, so it's 118. They just missed a 3. 108, 118, 105 with 3 minutes left. The Thunder up by 13. I see a number here. So, as George just stated, he said the Yankees are like a 6 or a 7 on a scale of 1 to 10 overall as far as teams are concerned. The Tigers are good, right? And you get the teams in the West, but let's talk about which league will win the World Series.
Enter into the magical world of McLuck.com, where even the smallest of spins can win real cash prizes. Adventure into over 1,000 of the best Vegas-style slot games. So what are you waiting for? Unlock your free welcome offer today. Join the fun where winners play and players win.
Two guys that can do it all.
Too much electricity this morning.
This is a good time. We're having a lot of fun.
I had to do a triple take. Ka-ching! Why? Because of parity.
I didn't mean to offend.
Yeah, it's not going to happen.
Load management is a dirty word.
Let him rip.
You know what? Circumstances provide the results. What? How do you do this once? Oh, Donnie, you got such a good show there.
A network that is booming.
The Early Line, only on SportsGrid.
Anyone that's been to a sporting event, the atmosphere before a game, I think Game Time Decisions has that same exact atmosphere. This is our arena. This is what we do. There is going to be an energy to Game Time Decisions that you will feel night in and night out. The excitement you get when you lock your bets in, when you're figuring out what you want to do, we can zone in on the biggest games each night. I want this to be the place that people come to before the games start so they feel as ready as possible to lock in their cards. We are going to hit every single one of those markets that you need to know about. We're going to go through every single thing, and I've got a great team behind me that's going to help me get the job done. There is not going to be a better place, I promise you, than Game Time Decisions to get that new information, react to it, and be able to then bet accordingly. We will have everything at our disposal, and we will use that to our advantage. I'm Kevin Walsh. Tune into Game Time Decisions from 6 to 8 p.m. Eastern on SportsGrid.
Did you know sportsbooks tend to draw up tighter bet lines for events that get even more bettors, like championship games or major matchups? My tip? Try betting on less popular sports. You might have a better shot at beating those odds. Now, go get lucky. See you in Las Vegas. Let's get lucky.
This is SportsRage. I am Morency. Level 2 continues. What the hell's going on here? We got like this long-ass drama going on here. What are they bitching about in this basketball game? Players, coaches challenge, Pacers challenge, player under review. All right, they're down by 13. You can review that, Coach. You're down by 13 right now with about $1.20 left. He's battling for your point spread, Cam. He's trying.
Yes, yeah, exactly.
He's down 13 and he's challenging things, right? Like,
exactly. It's like, come on, guys. Really? This is what we're doing?
Pacers bench looks dejected. Did they pull their starters? Yeah. Halliburton's on the bench now and everything. All right. So this just comes down to depending on what your number is and, if you bet it in game. Look, we took the over 223.5 and we just hammered the over 229.5 in game. Remember, guys, I said, it's 232.5 when I told you about it. They're at 127 with a little under 2 minutes left. I don't want to say anything because God knows we see in these NBA games weird things happen in the last minute and a half where nobody scores and teams quit and they just walk it up and they don't even freaking shoot. God, I hate that. So until we're home, we're not home. But we need 3 more points here. Let's just finish this son of a gun off right now. Speaking of guns, here's a new Naked Gun movie coming out or something.
Really? Liam Neeson.
Yeah, Liam Neeson instead of
yeah. Are you kidding me?
It'd be hard to put Leslie Nielsen.
What was the other one? Naked Gun.
Yeah, Leslie Nielsen.
What is this? Naked Gun 9 and what are they calling it? Like, what is it? They already did 2.5.
Naked Gun 2.5, 33 and a third, right? Was the other one. So I don't know. 44 Magnum? I don't know. It's whatever you want to go with it.
That's good, George.
I am not paying to go see it. I just can't see it being all that great. But I did love the original Naked Guns. Have all 3 on DVD.
Great.
I think it's on YouTube. I think it's like a YouTube film or something. It says "Buckle Up" YouTube, but I don't know, like where is it airing?
I don't think it's
That's
not
the thing in today's.
There you go. The scrubs are coming.
Is it actually going to be in? Is it going to be in the theaters?
It's Liam Neeson. Right, I gotta assume it's going to be in the theaters, but I don't. I'm not going to see it
in
theaters anymore.
That new Happy Gilmore movie isn't. It's not. Yeah. It's like right to Netflix or whatever.
Wow.
I have to look this up.
I guess the only movies people go to are like Star Wars movies. Like, who goes to the theater? There's no movies.
I did go see the new Mission Impossible. I saw the Mission Impossible.
Movies are suddenly doing well again the last couple of months. Like, there's been a bunch of, Mission Impossible, that one with the Span commercial. All right, this is crazy, guys. I need half a point here. I'm stuck at 129.
They're gonna see. That's the thing. You need the Pacers to score. The problem is you need both. And Oklahoma City don't care.
And I don't believe this. I was right. They quit. I'm going to lose by half a point. It's 120.
Wow.
It's 120 to 109, and I'm going to get screwed over. I needed 3 points in 1 minute and 59 seconds and didn't get it, guys.
It's unreal. Like you said,
they went back and forth, and like I said, they quit. The Oklahoma City Thunder didn't care. They were dribbling the ball till the end of the play clock and not really doing anything with it. And the Pacers were taking one bad shot, and they didn't foul. And I cannot, man. I don't know. I'll get 3 points. I'll get 3 points in 1 minute and 59 seconds. You're lucky, George, you don't bet basketball. That's the type of cruelty. Like, literally, I lose by half an effing point on that. God, that's frustrating. I went big, too.
You had when you made that bet? I watched. There was like 6 possessions. Indiana actually scored one, too. Numbnuts got fouled, and then they didn't score after that. Like, what's going on here? That was weird. Brutal.
What's going on is I lost. That's what's going on.
That's ridiculous.
That was extremely, extremely frustrating way to go down by half an F. Like, I'm telling you, that's the problem with basketball. In the old days, 2 minutes would be 2 minutes. They don't play. These guys quit. They don't play. Like, they basically look up, and it's like, wow, I'm not going to. And it's bizarro world, too, because even a team that's losing won't shoot the ball. How many times have you seen the team that's losing has the ball? There's like 20 seconds left. It's like, dude, it won't kill you just to shoot it, right? And no, they don't shoot it. They stand around dribbling it and just say, all right, we lost. It's just a weird time to tap out that they did. Especially what I find strange is Carlisle's challenging plays with 2 minutes left, and then they quit. So what are you challenging plays only to quit after for? So the Pacers do not cover the point spread. They laid the Oklahoma City Thunder were laying 9.5. They end up winning by 11 when it's all said and done. So that's that. And the Indiana Pacers are 1 game away from being eliminated. Updated series price right now. The Oklahoma City Thunder are 20-1 favorites to win, minus 2,000. The Pacers are now plus 950 to win the championship. SGA is minus 600 to be the MVP. Jalen Williams is plus 700 to be the MVP. Pascal Siakam is plus 1,200 to be the MVP. And Tyrese Halliburton is now 30 to 1 plus 3,000 to be the MVP.
Let's talk about this, Gabe. They're plus 950 in the series. Say they win the next game. You got that in your back pocket. It's almost worth doing. Like, if you like the Pacers,
that's the way
you
to
got to
go.
take them almost 10 to 1. Like, do the math. Like, that's, sorry, you sold me.
It's a massive number.
It's too big. And I'm in. I'm biting like a loot, like that fish. You got the hook right in my lip. I'm biting, buddy. Too big.
Plus 950 is a massive number. Cam is right. Look, they could win. I think they probably will win at home, actually. The Pacers will be all frustrated they lost this game. They were actually in it, right? They just didn't win it, but they were in it. I would expect the Pacers to actually – it'll be super close because Oklahoma City are going to try to – they're going to have the killer edge and stuff. They're going to know the trophies in the building. But I agree. I think plus 950, and I'm not a big hedger, but you get to plus 950. If it goes 7, and there really is a lot of ways out of it after – you can lay the points, you can do a lot of different stuff with it. So the Pacers plus 950 right now. Major League Baseball, San Diego leading the Dodgers 2-1 right now. George, what did you do with Ohtani tonight? It was a big topic of conversation all day. Over under 1.5 strikeouts. He finishes with 0 strikeouts, got into early trouble, and only pitched 1 inning.
I was going to take the over there until I found out that he was only going to pitch 1 inning no matter what. They're going to give him 1 inning a week. Next week he'll pitch 2 innings. Then we get to that 3 and so on. Took the under there. I did take it for an anytime home run. It's Ohtani. He's going to put on a show tonight. He's going to hit a bomb.
I figured too. I jumped in. I wasn't going to do the Ohtani home run. I did the over 1.5 total bases, but I figured Ohtani would get frustrated about the inning not being better, and he'll make up for it with a big home run.
Their team total is 19.5 wins. I told you to go under, and it's by far the best bet I have recommended on this network in 4 years. They can't get out of their own way. And now Sloot is out for the year. Let's hope Sloot gets back because I respect the hell out of Sloot, and I want her to go out on her own terms. Hopefully we'll have her back for the 26th season.
Betting above the rim. Only on SportsGrid.
I got a feeling Pittsburgh's going to the Super Bowl. I got a feeling there is no chance they're going to the Super Bowl with Aaron Rodgers. I'm just kidding.
They're still not expected to have over 8.5 wins. They're still not expected to have a winning record. Now, I know things could change for the next 24 hours. I get that. But everyone expected Aaron Rodgers to sign with him. He's going to sign with him.
Pharrell Coast to Coast. Only on SportsGrid.
The two guys that can do it all.
Too much electricity this morning.
This is a good time. We're having a lot of fun.
I had to do a triple take. Ka-ching! Why? Because of parity.
I didn't mean to offend.
Yeah, it's not going to happen.
Load management is a dirty word.
Let him rip.
You know what? Circumstances provide the results. What? How do you do this once? Oh, Donnie, you got such a good show there.
A network that is booming.
The Early Line. Only on SportsGrid.
Foul him! Ralph!
Ready? Ready?
Jacob! Yes! Oh! It was never in doubt! It was never in doubt! Oh, there's points falling out of my eyeballs! Oh, James Johnson to the chin! Everybody gets home!
In-game live only on SportsGrid.
Let's roll. This is SportsRage. I am Gabriel Morency. Kicking it, George Kurtz in the house. Mo Khan will join us in a couple of moments. What a heartbreak. I lose that big bet by half an effing point, man. And there was a $1.59 left in the game. $1.59 left in the game. And they don't score a single point after. I'm looking here right now, and can I get, like, seriously lucky? And you're going to tell me that this play didn't get in? But no, of course not. There it is. Over 229.5. Son of a bitch. 159 left. I need 3 points. They get 2. You can't make it up. And I lost, but
possessions. It was like Gabe, it wasn't even like it was 20 seconds. Like they had multiple possessions. Like it was it's like what?
God. And it was a tease too. Why are you challenging plays if you're going to quit?
Great
I
point.
thought, he's challenging plays with 2 minutes left. They're going to play to the final whistle. You're only down 11. It's pretty crazy, Cam. You're only down 11 with 2 minutes left, and you quit. Like, it's like, guys, it's the finals. Take a effing 3. Maybe it goes in. Like,
Wow.
God.
It was weird.
I did get lucky, though. The props went well. That's what's softening the blow here. Halliburton, I went big on this. Halliburton over 2.5 turnovers. He ends up with 3. So that hit. SGA does not get to 34.5. That's a loser. Hartenstein under 6.5 points is a winner. And also Siakam. Siakam over 19.5 was a winner as well. He finished with 26. So that was an easy one. And for props, too, it's the Oscar Hernandez, guys, I said off the top. It was only 0.5 total bases, and Hernandez has won that. George, any in-game thoughts here? Boston Red Sox and the Mariners, and Devers is now a San Francisco Giant. You have to wonder, people in the baseball world are sort of comparing it to Luka Doncic a little bit in that, okay, you traded him. People kind of knew this thing was blowing up and, the relationship was shot, but could they have gotten more if they shopped him around, George?
Well, apparently they had been shopping him around, right? You said it during the break here. This has been going on for quite a bit here. He makes a lot of money. Whether or not you believe it or not, he might be a malcontent. Maybe he's not, so you don't know how he's going to act. And he's a DH. All right, he's not a good third baseman. Doesn't really want to play first base. And even if he did want to play first base, he still wouldn't be very good defensively there.
But why do you say he's a malcontent?
Apparently, once again, this could be all the PR machine at work here. But you're hearing noise that some of the players in the clubhouse didn't like him because he wouldn't move to first base. He wouldn't help the team, that sort of thing, which is kind of, I found it kind of all ironic because Devers was one of the people who was complaining, rightfully so, about the not making the right moves, right? Not making any moves. Then during the offseason, they add Crochet. They add Bregman. I understand he was taking your position, but he makes the team better. All right, and then you don't want to move, right? I understand you're a third baseman, you hate moving off, and you're a superstar player. I get it, but they were making the team better. They were.
Yeah, but that doesn't. I don't think that makes you a malcontent though, because a lot of players would not want to be moving around.
Like I said, his own teammates apparently, some, not all, but some were not happy with him for not moving because
it should be noted,
he was hurting the team.
Yeah, I'd like to hear that from the teammates, and I'm sure there's a few that did, but
they'll never put their name to it.
And I'll tell you right now, everybody, the Boston Red Sox and the Boston Celtics too, for the record, but the Boston Red Sox are famously known for the pile on, George, when you're not on the team anymore. Every player that gets traded from Boston, they leak. Oh, he was a bad person. Like, they didn't like him. Like they do it all the time, George. With these guys
machine at work.
Yeah, they really are good at it.
The Reds, by the way, Dodgers take a 1-run lead. He had Muncy singles and 2 runs. Boston,
I know he's not Derek Jeter, but Derek Jeter wasn't moving, was he? I know. I'm not saying Devers Derek Jeter. Derek Jeter wasn't moving for A-Rod.
No, he was not. The little different situation there. Jeter was already a superstar, but Jeter at the end of his career was not a very good shortstop.
That's a little.
He never played Jeter.
I'm just bringing up Cam. Like, malcontent. He's not the only guy. It's what I mean. Like you're asking. You know what I mean? Like,
you know what? They're both at fault. The Red Sox screwed him around too. They didn't handle the situation very well. From their we all know.
And it should be noted, guys, like I brought up too, right? And this is, I don't know why, but he told San Francisco, whatever you want. You want me to DH, you want me to play first base, whatever you want me to do.
He's gonna twist it in Boston. It's like, yeah, I'll do anything for these guys now. anything.
It's the old FU. If he plays first base when Chapman comes back off the IL, whatever it is, it's the ultimate FU.
True or false, George? The Boston GM said they're going to win more games without him than they would have with him. True or false? False, says Kurt.
Their team total is 19.5 wins. I told you to go under, and it's by far the best bet I have recommended on this network in 4 years. They can't get out of their own way. And now Sloot is out for the year. Let's hope Sloot gets back, because I respect the hell out of Sloot, and I want her to go out on her own terms. Hopefully we'll have her back for the 26th season.
Betting above the rim, only on SportsGrid.
I got a feeling Pittsburgh's going to the Super Bowl. I got a feeling there is no chance they're going to the Super Bowl with Aaron Rodgers. I'm just kidding.
They're still not expected to have over 8.5 wins. They're still not expected to have a winning record. Now, I know things could change for the next 24 hours. I get that. But everyone expected Aaron Rodgers to sign with him. He's going to sign with him.
Pharrell Coast to Coast, only on SportsGrid.
The two guys that can do it all.
Too much electricity this morning.
This is a good time. We're having a lot of fun.
I had to do a triple take. Ka-ching! Why? Because of parity.
I didn't mean to offend.
Yeah, it's not going to happen.
Load management is a dirty word.
Let him rip.
You know what? Circumstances provide the results. What? How do you do this one? Oh, Donnie, you got such a good show there.
A network that is booming.
The Early Line, only on SportsGrid.
Foul him! Ref!
Ready? Ready?
J-Dub! Yes! Oh! It was never in doubt! It was never in doubt! Oh, there's points falling out of my eyeballs! Oh, James Johnson to the chin! Everybody gets home!
In-game live, only on SportsGrid.
Just quickly on the Devers stuff, I am Gabriel Morency. This is Sports Rage, the Monday Night Meltdown. And Cam, we see this in the past. Players that they move around in baseball. Number one, no one wants just to be a DH. All right, I know it's become a new thing and stuff, but DHs are for older people that can't run and stuff. Devers isn't old, so once he's pigeonholed as a DH, he's a DH. And he knows this, right? Yeah, he's still getting paid, but he doesn't want to just hit. And a lot of guys don't like just hitting guys. They're not in the game. It takes a rare person to be able to sit in a dugout and go up and bat once an hour. They're not playing. Guys want to be in the field, involved in the game. And George called him a malcontent because the guy doesn't want to sit on the bench. He's 29 years old or whatever he is.
He makes a lot of money. A special breed. It takes a special breed because, think about a guy who plays 3 minutes in basketball or whatever, like a special, because you want to be into the game. Some guys get
it changes your whole routine now. So now, you're doing, let's say you're doing this, and now, you got to play this position now. Suddenly you got to, put all this time in before the game, taking fielding drills and this and that. Or you become a DH, you got to get used to doing nothing. You don't feel involved in it. There's a lot of different things that are bad about it. And I get it. Some people do whatever for the team. Okay. That's all good in a Rudy movie, man. But in reality, this is a business.
Well, Montana said it. That movie's fake.
That's true, Cam. It's it's enough in business. I got an agent. I'm making money, and screw you. You know what I mean? It seemed like it just came to Devers was not going to renege, and he was not changing his mind in Boston about this. And he wasn't happy. And it seemed like the Red Sox were legitimately upset with him that he was just so close-minded. And the owner flew to Kansas City to meet him last month. And I guess Devers basically was not very into it, the meeting with the owner. I guess the owner told John Henry told him after. And listen, we'll bring Mo in on this since you're the Liverpool fan. Speaking of John Henry, Mo, and Red Sox fans are like, yeah, whatever, Henry. Just take your money and what you're going to try to get, you're buying a new team right now. You're going to buy an NBA team with LeBron in Vegas, which he probably will. Let's just be real. He's probably going to end up in on that. But, yeah, the Red Sox, they are what they are. They actually just sweep the Yankees, and they trade this guy. But a lot of people in Boston don't like him because they made him to be the bad guy and stuff. I get it. I'll tell you what, though, guys, as a Dodger fan, I'm not happy he's on the freaking San Francisco Giants now. Because the Giants,
not playing for the Red Sox, Gabe.
He's out of the Blue Jays' life.
Exactly.
The Giants are a lot like the Raptors right now. They've tried to get every free agent. They can't. Right? They keep on swinging and missing for all these big stars. So when they can get a star through a trade, they're going to look to make it happen, and they finally got their guy. So there's up to date with the Devers stuff. 2-0 for the Red Sox, ironically enough, now over the Mariners. 1-1 Houston, Sacramento, Sacktown tied it at 1. And how about this, guys? The Dodgers have exploded for a 5 spot in the 4th. They're now winning 6-2 over San Diego. So the Dodgers put up a bunch of runs. Our boy Mo Khan steps up and in. And Mo, let's start off with some, I was going to say soccer actually, but we'll get to the soccer in a couple of minutes. We'll get to the NBA Finals now. But Guatemala in the middle of pulling off an upset here. They're leading Jamaica 1-0 still here, guys, in the 70th minute. The draw is plus 220. Jamaica's plus 700. Guatemala are now minus 175. But what did you think about the NBA Final game, Mo?
Close, but yet far for the Pacers. Terrible first quarter. Siakam had those 2 awful turnovers in the first quarter that resulted in points. They weren't in flow, and every time they got close, guys, OKC pulled away. Crucial rebound, crucial 3. Williams played phenomenal. SGA was not required as much as he was, say, in Game 4 and Game 3 before that. But I just thought that the Pacers, outfoxed themselves, and Rick Carlisle took that tech, which he thought would help, rejuvenate his team, which didn't happen at all. So at the end of the day, I just thought Indiana did not have the horsepower compared to OKC. And now we go back to Indiana, and that's going to be key for them is how healthy will be Halliburton going towards Game 6. And this might be on McConnell, Siakam, and others to step up if Halliburton can play or fully play that game later on this week.
I don't know how much. I can't speak for Halliburton, obviously. I know a calf strain, it can obviously hinder you. But I don't know if it was just him playing poorly or, if it's the injury per se. But we've got a number of guys. It's because, to be honest with you, Mo, he had 0 points before he got hurt, too, tonight, right?
That's right.
He was just bad tonight. It just he was a non-factor. He didn't show up tonight. It is what it is. And we've seen this. And that's why, Mo, actually, I called it like 2 games ago. I said, you know what? If they win, Siakam, I think, is going to be the MVP over Halliburton. Like, Halliburton's hit a couple of, Halliburton's hit a bunch of buzzer beaters, Mo, in the playoffs, but Siakam's been their most consistent guy. And you saw it again tonight. And if you look at the odds now, Halliburton, Mo, and Cam, he's 30-1 to win the MVP. Siakam's 12-1. 12-1.
Well, we talked about this.
Even the odds makers are saying Siakam is the guy if the Pacers win,
Good call. And the Pacers are plus 950. You take Siakam with it. You take that bet and do that because if the Pacers are going to win, you're getting him at 12-1 in your back pocket for Game 7 if you believe
that's
Indiana
a good call,
could win Game 6. Exactly.
Yeah.
Do you think, Mo, the Pacers, so for the record, the Pacers guys, Thursday night, Pacers get 4.5 on their home court. Oklahoma City are 4.5-point road favorites, minus 200 on the money line, total 224.5. Do you think they'll be able to extend the series, Mo, or are you concerned about Halliburton's health?
No, I think they can. And remember, this is a team that went, I think it was 48-16 from January 10th till the first round of the playoffs here. They were phenomenal for the last 3-4 months here. Rick Carlisle is a great coach, guys. You think about how he's out-coached Dagno at times in this series, right? With some of the moves that he did. Obviously, the final 5 minutes of Game 5 did not go according to script. And, of course, Game 4 did not go according to script in the fourth quarter. But I just think that Carlisle has one more trick in his bag that he can bring out. And I think for that, it's as Cam alluded to, it's going to be Siakam that has to carry the load now at both ends of the court. He's got to be the focal point. He's got to be the emotional leader going now towards 6. And I just think guys like McConnell, Nesmith, McConnell's phenomenal in that third quarter, but Nesmith has played much better than where he was in this game. Again, he's taken a lot of silly fouls early in the first quarter games in the series, and he did the exact same thing in Game 5. So this thing now moving forward, can they play clean basketball and make sure they make Siakam the center point, what they want to do, and hopefully forcing Game 7 later on this week?
Siakam can only do so much. You're right. One thing, too, guys, you have the Pacers side of things, but the Oklahoma City Thunder are not the same team on the road as they are at home. Right at home, it's just their next level. They're next to unbeatable at home. They're now 10-2, so they have lost twice in in 12 home playoff games now. But 10-2 is pretty significant. But they're not the same team, Bo, on the road. Right? They are beatable on the road, so it's going to be up to the Pacers to show up. And what kind of killer instinct does Oklahoma City have on the road with the title in the building, Cam? They often say in sports, and it is true, the hardest game to win is the game-clinching game. Right, and you're in Indiana. I think the Pacers could be looser, actually, than Oklahoma City. I would expect Oklahoma City to be the tight ones, guys, on Thursday, knowing that the trophy's in the building and they can win it if they win. I'm going to stand my ground and say we go 7, and like you said, Cam, you're getting plus 950 right now with the Pacers.
It's an incredible price for a team that's a 4.5-point dog. They win that game. So think about even the money line that game. They win, you go to Game 7, you got plus 950 in the pocket. And to your earlier point, we talk about Siakam at 12. That's the way you're going to do it. And I think we are going to have 7 games in this series. I agree with you, Gabe.
All right. So on the other side, we'll get into some CFL Stanley Cup tomorrow. We'll go over the numbers, take a look at some of the props, get you caught up to date with tomorrow's FIFA World Club Cup games. The upset is still in the making right now. Guatemala is leading Jamaica 1-0 in the 75th minute right now. Jamaica closes minus 188 favorites. Flamengo get it done this evening. Chelsea. It wasn't easy for Chelsea, but they beat LAFC 2-0.
Their team total is 19.5 wins. I told you to go under, and it's by far the best bet I have recommended on this network in 4 years. They can't get out of their own way. And now Sloot is out for the year. Let's hope Sloot gets back, because I respect the hell out of Sloot, and I want her to go out on her own terms. Hopefully we'll have her back for the 26th season.
Betting above the rim, only on SportsGrid.
I got a feeling Pittsburgh's going to the Super Bowl. I got a feeling there is no chance they're going to the Super Bowl with Aaron Rodgers. I'm just kidding.
They're still not expected to have over 8.5 wins. They're still not expected to have a winning record. Now, I know things could change for the next 24 hours. I get that. But everyone expected Aaron Rodgers to sign with him. He's going to sign with him.
Pharrell Coast to Coast, only on SportsGrid.
The two guys that can do it all.
Too much electricity this morning.
This is a good time. We're having a lot of fun.
I had to do a triple take. Ka-ching! Why? Because of parity.
I didn't mean to offend.
Yeah, it's not going to happen.
Load management is a dirty word.
Let him rip.
You know what? Circumstances provide the results. What? How do you do this once? Oh, Donnie, you got such a good show there.
A network that is booming.
The Early Line, only on SportsGrid.
Foul him!
Oh, Freddie.
Jacob! Yes! Oh! It was never in doubt! It was never in doubt! Oh, there's points falling out of my eyeballs! Oh, James Johnson to the 10! Everybody gets home!
In-game live, only on SportsGrid.
This is Sports Rage. I am Gabriel Morency. So a great day of soccer today. It's great stuff. Like these tournaments, they just take up these summer days and evenings, and there's just so many of them. There's a lot of talk about the FIFA Club World Cup and the attendance, negativity, ticket prices, this and that, and all the other stuff. But we're only a couple of days into this thing right now, but we're seeing for the most part South American fans and the North American fans, they're jamming. They're way into this thing. Like anybody that saw it today, like you wouldn't figure, like of all the big names and teams that are like, put it this way, guys, LAFC played against Chelsea today. I don't know how many people were there, what they claim, but it looked like on TV, like they didn't really want to show it. My guess is, I don't know, like 15,000 or something in a home in Mercedes-Benz Stadium, like where the Falcons play. Like it was empty. Like it was basically empty. There was no LA fans. There were a few Chelsea fans, and there were a couple of stragglers that had money on the game, probably. Right.
That's crazy.
So
those are huge brand. Like Chelsea's a brand. Like, you know what I mean? Like you talk about Liverpool, Arsenal, Chelsea. Like that's an old.
Maybe they should have put it in Atlanta on a Monday at 3 p.m. though. It's not like how many people in London are like, oh, I got to go to Atlanta. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
you know what? I'm feeling Atlanta. I'm feeling Chelsea and LAFC.
They put it. They had a game at the Rose Bowl. They had 80,000 people. They had it in Miami. It was basically sold out today. Like
I got an
Benfica
idea.
and Boca Juniors. Like Boca Juniors from Argentina nearly sold a stadium out on their own. Like Argentina took over Miami today. So like some of the stadiums are full, some of them aren't. It is what it is. But how much have you watched of it, Mo? Did you check any of it out?
Yeah. So to answer that question, guys, right now, North America, South America are in season for their soccer leagues, right? Right now, Europe's done. Everyone else is done besides North America and South America. So I think those fans are more in tune. I think for Chelsea fans and everyone from Europe and beyond, Madrid will show up, Barcelona will show up, all those teams will show up, Bayern Munich will show up. But the reality is, a lot of people are soccered out, man. They just want to get away from this and just kind of enjoy themselves up because come late July, all these clubs were pretty much back in the U.S. for their U.S. tours. And then we kick it off with the World Cup qualifiers and all that stuff coming through. So if you're a player, guys, I think we mentioned this last week, if you're a player for, say, Man City, you could very well play upwards of 80-plus games in the next 12 to 13 months of the calendar year. So this is going to be a real stress physically and mentally for a lot of these soccer guys who are going to play in this event going towards USA and Mexico and Canada next summer.
They can handle it. They don't want to do it. Well, the European teams didn't, right? They're the only ones that are cold to this, Cam. And the other thing is too, Europeans are boycotting the U.S. travel-wise. So I'll cut to the chase here right now. Yeah, I'll just cut to the chase. Yeah, they're not going. Like the tourism from Europe is down like 27% right now. Like in the United States, like they're not coming, and it's the World Cup next year, so they're planning to come next year. Mm-hmm. Like it was dumb to put. Like, you know what I mean? I'll tell you guys what though, why this is in the United States, because if you're gonna have this big premier tournament with all these teams. Like I said, Atlanta is not the ideal place, and like Charlotte and stuff, right? Why are they doing this? Point blank for the World Cup next year. It's an audition, guys, for the it's a rehearsal for the stadiums. Like it's basically a FIFA it's a FIFA run tournament. So they're like, all right, we got a game in Atlanta. We'll get the camera angles. Like Fox does a preseason game and stuff. Like, you know what I mean? Where the Super Bowl city's going to be, whatever. You know what I mean, Cam? So, this is their last time to roll in before they're going to roll into Dolphin Stadium or the Falcon Stadium. So they'll know, all right, these where the cameras are going. That's our suites. This is like, it's a dress rehearsal, really, to just go through. Plus to get the grass into these stadiums to make sure the grass was good and all of this. But it is a good tournament. And like you said, some of these teams want to win. And some of the teams are just going to be overmatched, but the quality of play has been very good. Like PSG was not playing around, guys. Like they effed Atletico Madrid up. We saw Bayern play Auckland City and win 10-0. And these guys from Auckland City, they're like forklift drivers and stuff, Ken. Like they shouldn't be in this tournament. No, I'm dead serious. They shouldn't be here. They're amateurs.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But they qualified, right? Because they won. Yeah, they won their little region. They qualified. Yeah. So they lost 10-0 to Bayern. 10-0. And I saw they asked the guy on Bayern after, did you feel bad for them? Did you beat them 10-0? He goes, no, why should I?
Yeah, exactly. We're going to beat them into the ground. That's a great point you bring up.
Yeah,
like a guy from London,
yeah.
like a Chelsea fan from London's not going, I think I'm going to Charlotte, North Carolina, or Atlanta. Like,
Yeah.
If it was like New York or whatever. Good point by you. Like, no, this thing you totally make sense. You're making sense.
Yeah, and they're coming to the World Cup next year, right?
Yeah,
That's another thing too. They're going to spend $10,000 coming to North America when they know they're coming next year for the World Cup, which they will. Benfica play these guys next. I'm trying to look at the goal line here right now. What do you think it is going to be, guys? I'm going to say Benfica minus 5.5.
5.5.
5.5.
4.5.
4.5 or 5.5. 4.5 with you.
It's 6.5. Benfica minus 6.5.
Sweet. Give me Auckland plus 6.5, please. Benfica 6 mil. Oh yeah, Benfica.
Benfica too. They're going to try to rack it up because they know that Bayern already scored 10 against them, right?
Good point.
They don't get goal difference is a big tiebreaker factor in this type of event here. So racking up goals is actually encouraged by FIFA to have this event this year.
Yeah. It's because they're jerks. They want to see these teams get killed. All right, so 1-0 Guatemala still, 84th minute in the Gold Cup. Tomorrow night, I wish I was at the game, and I'm getting a lot of tweets from people asking me if I'm going to be there tomorrow night. It kind of crept up on me. Stanley Cup Finals tomorrow night. We're on the air. I've got some stuff coming up this summer, so we'll be live tomorrow night on the air for the Stanley Cup game, and Canada and Honduras tomorrow night in Vancouver in the Gold Cup. Canada are minus 300 favorites against the Hondurans. Honduras are scrappy, but Canada should win this game, and I've already got a bunch of money on it that they will. I parlayed it with the Oklahoma City Thunder to get a head start on it. All right, on the other side, we'll take a look at the CFL numbers that have been released. We give you guys 3 picks per game, side, total, teaser, every CFL game, every week. So it's 12 picks a week through 2 weeks, 24 games. We're 14-10 right now. And we did start 1-5 in the opening night, too, so we're starting to get a rolling.
Their team total is 19.5 wins. I told you to go under, and it's by far the best bet I have recommended on this network in 4 years. They can't get out of their own way. And now Sloot is out for the year. Let's hope Sloot gets back because I respect the hell out of Sloot, and I want her to go out on her own terms. Hopefully we'll have her back for the 26th season.
Betting above the rim, only on SportsGrid.
I got a feeling Pittsburgh's going to the Super Bowl. I got a feeling there is no chance they're going to the Super Bowl with Aaron Rodgers. I'm just kidding.
They're still not expected to have over 8.5 wins. They're still not expected to have a winning record. Now, I know things could change for the next 24 hours. I get that. But everyone expected Aaron Rodgers to sign with him. He's going to sign with him.
Pharrell Coast to Coast, only on SportsGrid.
The two guys that can do it all.
Too much electricity this morning.
This is a good time. We're having a lot of fun.
I had to do a triple take. Ka-ching! Why? Because of parity.
I didn't mean to offend.
Yeah, it's not going to happen.
Load management is a dirty word.
Let him rip.
You know what? Circumstances provide the results. What? How do you do this one? Oh, Donnie, you got such a good show there.
A network that is booming.
The Early Line, only on SportsGrid.
Foul him! Ref!
Ready? Ready?
Jacob! Yes! Oh! It was never in doubt! It was never in doubt! Oh, there's points falling out of my eyeballs! Oh, James Johnson to the 10! Everybody gets home!
In-game live, only on SportsGrid.
All right, so we're 2 weeks through the CFL season, and quarterbacks are already starting to get injured in the league. The Montreal Alouettes look like the best team in the league through 2 weeks, obviously early, but their defense is elite, and their offense is systematic. They don't mind settling for field goals. They have a good kicker. Like dude was 6 for 6 the other night. And, they score 3 touchdowns and 6 field goals. They're going to beat a lot of teams. And they get good field position because they terrorize you. They basically line up like 7 guys on a defensive line on every play. And they send different players all the time. So it's like super confusing for quarterbacks. I know it's been Arbuckle, and I know it was the backup Schultz last week, but it's going to be the same thing, guys. Like, I'm surprised the point spread isn't bigger. The Montreal Alouettes are 5.5-point favorites on Thursday night against the Edmonton Elks. The total is 48.5. Friday night football in Toronto. The Rough Riders are 2.5-point favorites over the Toronto Argonauts. Total 48.5 as well. Ottawa Red Blacks are on the road in Calgary on Saturday. Calgary 2-0. That was one of our best bets, over 6.5 wins this year. Stampeders -150 on the money line. The total is 50.5. And we got a rematch from Thursday Night Football where Winnipeg smashed BC. BC are 2.5-point home underdogs to the Bombers. Total's 50.5. Nate Rourke's beat up. I think he's going to play, but he's got an oblique strain. And it should be noted, the Winnipeg Blue Bombers just own the BC Lions. Like, BC cannot stop Winnipeg's ground game. It's been literally 4 years in a row of this where they just hand it off to Oliveira or whoever, and they run it down the BC Lions' throat. So they're at the point spreads. Mo, what do you think about week 2? Who do you like quickly here?
Als are going to smash the Elks. I think the defense, you're right, is going to really make things difficult for the offense for Edmonton. I think the sneaky play will be Saskatchewan. They stayed in Southern Ontario after the win over Hamilton. I think they will beat Toronto in that game outright. Calgary, Ottawa, that's a toss-up in my book because Ottawa needs to win badly here. And they didn't play too bad in the second half against Montreal, but I think Calgary has that juice going off for them right now. And I think you're right, Gabe. I think BC's in trouble right now with their offense and defense. I think Winnipeg's going to take business quite easy against them and improve the record to 2-0.
I mean, they just keep beating them all the time. Cam, Stanley Cup tomorrow. What's your pick? Any player props and picks? What do you got for the Oilers and the Panthers tomorrow?
Well, we had the Bouchard shots prop there. I think Edmonton has to jump on these guys. I'm afraid to bet them in the first period, Gabe. But other than that, I think, you know what? Like Draisaitl and McDavid, I don't know what the hell is going to go on here, but they better show up and take a lead early in this game. I like the Oilers. I think it's a good price for them. And I think going on, in Florida on the road, let's remember, they came back when they were down 3 goals to this team. Florida scored late, and then we won in overtime that night. It's a lot of pressure when you're at home in front of those rabid fans. So Oilers win, Gabe, and then we force a game 7, and they'll be at home. And then who knows what's going to happen in game 7. But I'm betting the Oilers as pooches for sure.
I'm going to say that I'm going to go down. I'm going to ride the Oilers one more time. Yeah, this is it. I think the Oilers will step up. They'll be a lot better than they were in the last game. And for the record, I think they'll start Skinner. You never know with Knobloch what he's going to do. I think it was a mistake to start Pickard in the last game. Yeah, Pickard came in and you won the game before, but just because you pulled a starting pitcher and you put a relief pitcher in doesn't mean you don't start that pitcher ever again after, right? I mean, you ride the hot, you know what I mean? You just sort of go back to it. And the Panthers, Pickard's more beatable than Skinner. He just is. It wasn't Skinner's fault. Skinner played well in the first period the other game, and they pulled him anyways. Mm-hmm. So I would go back to Skinner here tomorrow, and I think the Edmonton Oilers have one more win left in them, and they can send this thing 7. I think we're going 7. Oh, Jamaica just put the ball over the net with a minute left in the game. Came close to scoring.
You should have bet that damn under when it was 1-0 early, Gabe. We talked about it. How the hell are you going to get 3 goals in this game? Under.
Yeah. So tomorrow, Canada and Honduras. Guys, I'm taking Canada to get it done. They're -300 favorites right now, though. You got to parlay
What's
them.
the total?
Cam, Mo, you got any pick for that, Cam?
I like the under. Canada 1-0 or 2-0. I think they pitch a clean sheet. Canada 1-0 or 2-0.
Guys, I took Borussia Dortmund to win it all, this FIFA Club World Cup stuff. I got them at 25-1. They have a favorable bracket. I think they're going to go deep in this tournament. They're playing tomorrow against Fluminense. They're -200 favorites. River Plate are -163 favorites against the Red Diamonds, +425. We got Monterrey from Mexico tomorrow night, guys. 9 o'clock. We'll be on for this game. Monterrey from Mexico are playing Inter Milan. That'll be interesting. Ooh. Inter Milan are minus 275 favorites. Other night later.